What's going on, everybody? Got Ron here with me. What's good, Ron?
What's good, Danny?
Everything's good, man. Bitcoin, new all-time high today, hit 94K, back down to about 91. We'll look at the chart. We'll see where it's going short term. We know where it's going long term, but we'll look at it and figure out what's next. Alt season also around the corner. We'll talk about our favorite alts as always. Mcade with big news. They had their big announcement, partnership with Superverse, which is Elio Trades company, correct, right? Elio Trades started Superverse.
Dude, I didn't even know.
Yeah, I think Elio Trades, if I'm not mistaken, that had been up to, that was in the billions in market cap. I think it was like a $2 or $3 billion market cap. Right now it's about $500 million, a little over $500 million. So big. We'll dive into that. I just learned about it right before the stream. So we'll go into the tweets that were put out by Superverse, by Mcade, big partnership there. We'll talk about our favorite alts. Tectum, Devi had a nice run up today, pulling back a little now. We'll talk some meme coins and all of our favorite alts. Of course, answer your questions in the chat. Be active, right? Like a very interactive app. We got B-Dubs throwing the super right away. Thank you, brother. Thank you for tuning in. We got Mohammed Siddiqui in the house.
Doctor.
The rug doctor. Ivan the Terrible. Nothing like a Danny and Ron stream right before alt season. Yeah.
Tis the season.
Tis the season. Marcus, can you believe, Danny, that we are on the cusp of potentially the biggest alt run we have seen in ages? Congrats for everyone holding and buying more. Big Walls in the house. Saimi, is that how you pronounce it? Cash in the house. What's good? Marcus in the house. Ben, yep, Elio started super. Yeah. So a lot of implications there. We'll talk about it. But how you doing, Ron? How you liking this market right now?
So I don't like it very much at all today. Every alt I had on my watch list except for one was red, but hey, it's okay. If you can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen. The volatility comes with the game. So, it is what it is.
And that's with Bitcoin hitting, all-time high.
Well, BTC dominance printed a big green candle. So that's what happens. Bitcoin goes up, dominance goes up. If dominance goes up, then total market cap has to go up with it for everything to go up. So, it doesn't go up proportionally. Bitcoin's going to go up and alts aren't. That's just math.
Yeah. You see the red in the 24-hour. So if your portfolio is down, it's okay. I get that question a lot from people. They DM saying, why are my alts down? I feel like everything's going up. I feel like Bitcoin's up and I feel like I'm doing something wrong, but it's part of the game. This is the game.
Yeah. And meme coins, we get a lot of attention from influencers. They say like the only thing going up is meme coins. And there are some meme coins being successful. But when you look at these kind of watch lists and you see these just meme coins popping out, they'll get say like 100% gains in a couple of days. They're just like nothing, So it's only a few people making money off of those kinds of plays. Now there are meme coins doing well. There certainly are some meme coins doing well. But I think that guy Murad, he's the one that kind of talked about it, really and I said meme coins are going to be different this cycle, but I didn't know it was going to be like this. And it's because the tokenomics behind them are generally better.
Yeah. And I think that people understand now the game and utility and utility and
utility. Yeah.
Yeah. How, everyone would just launch a project, throw utility on it. And I think people understand that everything's a meme coin now.
People in the space right now.
Yeah.
Once the normies come in, they start reading those coin market cap write-ups and it just sounds like the wave of the future. Then hopefully utility will come back.
I think we'll see both do well. I've learned that there are some people who hate meme coins and only buy utility tokens. And then there are some people who are strictly in meme projects and don't even look at utility tokens at all.
Yeah. No, there's definitely. I look at wallets sometimes and people buying and selling Chuck and stuff, and I see, some people just like have like 100 meme coins in their wallet.
Yeah, there's someone I was looking at wallets. Someone sold some Chuck today, and I was looking to see what they were holding. It was like 6 figures in Miggles and some boomer stuff, all base meme coins, whatever. But it was like a big base portfolio. Let's see who else we got here. Smells fun in the house. Let's go busy and big wheat. Base slabs. What's good?
Yeah, that guy's a serious Chuck Raider.
Yeah, base slabs is legit. Sean, yeah, we'll talk about TET and
Yeah,
AI Tech.
NVIDIA earnings statements tomorrow. That's why some AI coins getting some love right now. AI Tech had a good day yesterday.
I didn't even see that.
It was up like 20%.
Sona in the house, Dino in the house. But let's do you want to pull up a chart?
Sure, we'll look at Bitcoin.
Yeah. Let's look at Bitcoin first, then we'll talk about the alts and the news around them.
See the screen yet, Danny?
Yeah, I just pulled it up.
So, what I said, Bitcoin has to move up. So this is breakout price action. What you normally see is something called a spike and channel. And that's what we got, a spike and a channel up. And I said it would be red candles in the channel up, but ultimately, it still kind of trends up higher. But it's looking a little wedgy to me. I'm gonna be honest. It's looking a little bit like a rising wedge to me. And these things, they don't have to be perfect. People want to see these perfect like type of patterns. And the thing that like bots stuff look for, they look for 3 pushes up. 3 pushes. And sometimes the wedge will have like a little 4th push or whatever. I mean, there's no exact science, but it's a game of probabilities. And when you have a rising wedge or even a channel, a broad bear channel up, a broad bull channel up, it's a 75% chance that it breaks to the downside or goes sideways. And that doesn't mean 100%. And it can go sideways too and form so it can go, it can break out of this and then do something like this and come down and then kind of form some ranging price action. And then there goes an inverse head and shoulders and then, back off, something like that. That's how these things generally play out. So just because I say 75% chances breaks to the downside, that doesn't mean, we're coming all the way back down here or anything like that. I mean, anything's always possible. But I think it's more likely that you would see prices down here below 70 in a few months than it is in a few days or weeks. That's
yeah. We've been ranging for 8 months.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it makes sense that we would hold higher levels.
Yeah. And I said, streams before, I said I expect a small doji candle this week. Right now, the body's green. I would even expect I would even expect a longer pullback down on Bitcoin this week. We'll see where it closes. Still got a lot of time in the week. I mean, right now it's good. It's green, made a new all-time high. But when you look at here on the daily, this is no longer breakout price action. You're getting overlapping bars, wicks, changing colors. Those are the hallmarks of a ranging pattern. Now it's a channel up. It is still going up. And that whether this is going to be read as a wedge or a tight channel up, because if it's a tight channel, then it may not break to the downside so much. Like eventually it will and form some kind of range. But if this is read as a tight channel up, then it can keep channeling up, and then you might see something like, maybe come down the lows like here instead of down here or even here, something like that. And, that's normally how these things play out. But we're seeing just what we have put out on the stream, a spike and channel. You spike and a channel up. And when it's not breakout price action and you get back to this all-time high, traders are looking to sell here and to short. But this eventually helps out because eventually they'll start shortening the shorts pile up here. And when it gets taken out, it causes a short squeeze. But when you get this ranging price action, it's no longer breakout price action. Like this on the daily, that was breakout price action. All right. Then you get that and this changing bars. You're like, okay, well, then you get this bar. And that's when you kind of know, okay, it's settling down into a range. And in a range, or broader channel or something like that, you get big bars up, big bars the other way. You don't get continuation on the bars, and that's what that's what you're seeing on here. I mean, this is very rangy. I mean, it's channeling up, but it's a lot of hallmarks of a range in here. So when Bitcoin's at 93K today, I didn't have any Bitcoin on my phone. I had it on my computer. I would have actually sold some at 93K, just like a little bit, just because I thought it was going to go down. I thought that trader was going to sell right there, and that's what we saw. BTC dominance. I told you it printed a big candle today, and I wouldn't lie to you guys. Big candle for BTC dominance. Outside bar engulfing, but I always say this is not a tradable chart, so I don't really know that the chart patterns. I think like trend lines and highs and lows are kind of respected, but I don't trust I wouldn't say, oh, it's an outside bar bullish engulfing, so therefore it's going to keep going up. If Bitcoin keeps going up, dominance is going to go up with it. That's just how the market works. So when Bitcoin stretches to 100K, and I think that will happen before we get a significant pullback, dominance is going to go up with it. And if total's not going up at the same time, then it's not, alts are gonna take a hit, and you're seeing a similar pattern on total as you are to Bitcoin, looking kind of wedgy, a lot of wicks and stuff. But this isn't a tradable chart either. But if for the day, what's that? I mean, that's a very small percent up for the day. I mean, it wicked up with a Bitcoin all-time high, but if you get that, I mean, that's probably, let's see, a fraction of a percent for sure. 0.39%. Bitcoin dominance is up like 0.17% for the day. It's math. The money is not, alts aren't going to pump. I mean, this is my watch list over here. Look, everything's red. Mcade, big announced, so they're up 10%. Took news to do it. Playable, that's 0.7. I mean, it's not really up. The only one is OR AI. I mean, Mcade up, obviously, we're going to talk about them. But OR AI is the only one that is up. OTK is a pretty good buying price now. I think I actually might buy some. I said I was just going to hold because I'm worried about other gaming projects bridging to Solana. But at this level, I actually like OTK, and I am going to buy some. But yeah, alts just getting hammered. I mean, A0, it had a good day yesterday. AI Tech, I put this out in my Telegram, that this was support right here. Buy around here. I think I put it out this day, and then boom, you get that up there.
What are we at now, AI Tech? What's the price?
0.082. Had a red day today. Got all the way up to 0.01. Yeah, 91. And AI coins are showing a little bit of strength right now. And I think it's because of this. And we can talk about this later in stream if you want. But tomorrow, 4:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, NVIDIA earnings statements. That has really had a large part in driving the market. And AI coins have generally followed NVIDIA. What if their earnings statement goes up, then AI coins do good. But a lot of these things are at discount, right now. Rio, Games for a Living, AGI, that's a decent pullback for it. Naka under $1. TARS AI, it's down. So a lot of things are at a discount right now. TET, obviously, anything under $9, I think is a good deal for TET. So, it depends how you value your funds and what you want to do. ETH down 3% for the day with Bitcoin making an all-time high. If ETH's down, normally alts are going to follow with it. That's bad daily candle for ETH. But rangy price action. So let's hope that this level holds and we hold somewhere around here. It doesn't go any lower.
We're still on NVIDIA. You got to switch back tabs.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, and I don't know if it was when I was talking about the watch list, Gains for a Living's way down, Naka less than $1, TARS AI, a lot of deals right here.
All red.
Yeah, all red. It's significant. And ETH down 3% on the day, and hopefully it doesn't go any lower than this. If it does go lower, hopefully this holds as support. And if so, this is bullish for ETH. I talk about gaps in the market a lot, and if you look here, I mean, this is from the breakout point. That's a huge gap, and what that means is it never goes back down to the breakout point because people are eager to buy on pullbacks. That's what it means. This is a strong breakout for ETH. And normally things don't go from a strong breakout uptrend to a downtrend. Now you didn't get the spike in channel like you did with Bitcoin, but you get, maybe this is let's see what the Fibonacci retracement on this is. Look at that. No, it's not an accident. Just at the 0.618, right there at it. Because traders got to go off something, and that's good. That's bullish overall. Like this could be forming some kind of bull flag. So let's hope that. I know ETH's taking a lot of heat right now. I still believe in ETH. I mean, there's an ETH ETF. It's slightly deflationary. It gives you yield. So I think these big entities, like the tokenomics on it, aren't as good as Bitcoin for sure. But I think these big entities, once they get into crypto more and they realize ETH gives you yield, that they're going to really like ETH a lot. ETH, so many things built on it. I know people were disappointed that they had some conference lately giving updates, and people were kind of underwhelmed by what they put out. But ETH is still a top dog. Solana is going to do well. Solana's not going anywhere. There's enough room in the space for a few major blockchains. So I still believe in ETH. I still think ETH can go to 10K this cycle, or maybe even more. So I'm not sleeping on ETH.
Yeah. And in terms of, alt season, we're nowhere near it. But when we get there, the moves up are violent, right? I showed in last stream, last cycle, let's see. This is, here we go. The 2020, 2021 cycle, right around January, right? December, January is when there was a big spike in altcoins. When you get up here, that's when this is alt season, all the way up here above 75, right? So right around this time, last cycle, look at November. It was all the way down here.
Happens quick.
And then look at the move up is violent, right? And we saw that with our bags
last year.
Correct.
Yeah, last October. Yeah.
Yeah, here we are. So a lot of us were buying October, November of last year. And then we caught this move up. And things got overheated February. And the moves were violent, right? So if you were in things like, we were buying Tectum at $8 back then, it went to $45 in a matter of 3 days. Mint Layer did a 10x. It went from under 10 cents to a dollar in days. And that's, so this is where we are right now. And you can expect, December, January, that we're going to move up. So right now, people are fearful of buying because they see red, and instinctually, I think your mind tells you, like, you shouldn't be buying, it's going down. And people feel bad that they buy something and it goes down. But it's just, you have to project out. And it was like buying Solana last bear market. When Sol was $13, $15, and I bought it, and it went to $8, I bought some more. And, now looking back, I don't care about that, that I didn't catch it all at 8. I bought it at 20. I bought it at 25. At the time, it feels like shit when it goes down.
You take a 40% punch in the gut just like that, and then they're on Twitter telling you you're dumb.
Yeah. But if you project out and your thesis plays out, now anyone who bought Sol at $20 and accumulated at $20, $25 is a genius because you did a 10x on it.
Yep. And I looked at Solana the exact same way at the time, all the alts, and I look at them the same way now. You can't get every alt at the bottom and sell it at the top. It's too difficult. There's too many variables behind the scene. It's not Bitcoin. It's not a stock. It's not a Forex currency pair. There's way too many variables, lacks of liquidity, people that hold large amounts of tokens. There's all kinds of things you can't account for. I mean, I'll still look at those things using technical analysis, but in the crypto alt game, technical analysis is not going to get you 100% of the time. The bigger the market cap, the better it's going to be. But I don't think that I can cash out every single alt on my watch list at the top. I'll tell you that right now. I want to DCA out in bigger chunks than I DCA'd in. But when it's at the top and the RSI is of like 85 or 90, that's a sign on like higher time frame, like the weekly. That's a sign to start maybe taking some profits and taking some chips off the table.
Yeah. And hold up, let me also be prepared for, last cycle. I don't know if we'll get it again. Last cycle, we had the double top.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And so
I think, and a lot of others think that this cycle is mimicking more the 2017 cycle.
yeah.
So we'll see.
Even if you go to 2017, there were cool off periods and there's heavy volatility.
Can you go forward on, whenever you get a chance, go forward on that and then try to compress it as much as you can? Like go to like present day and then compress it as much as it
I
will.
see. Do you want me to go to present day and tighten it up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, that's good enough. All right. So you have a massive head and shoulders. And then even when you look at the right shoulder, you have what's called a nested head and shoulder. The nested is when like you have a pattern within a pattern. And that's good too. That helps the probabilities. So you see the massive head and shoulders right in the middle. And then on the right shoulder, you see the nested one.
Yeah. So be prepared. Big gains are coming for alts, you know, if the thesis plays out, which as of now, it's uncanny how much, you know, these cycles rhyme, right? It's difficult because the volatility makes it difficult. And, you know, you have to stomach the volatility of it, but it's really predictable. I mean, you know, people were saying Bitcoin's gonna, you know, it's gonna run up into the halving, it's gonna stall out and, you know, trend sideways. It's exactly what it did. You know, we get caught sometimes with our alts because when Bitcoin goes down or trend sideways, alts bleed hard, right? And so if you didn't take profits early on, then, you know, you're holding your alts, you see the portfolio go down. It's funny because I now pay my kids for their chores in crypto. And my daughter just set up a MetaMask wallet and she cleaned a room and I gave her $10 in Mcade. And it went down 6 cents and she was bugging out. She can't stomach it, brother.
Smiling at the comments over there.
What are these guys are funny. Let's talk about, you want to talk about the Mcade partnership today?
Yeah, I figured that's what we talk about next. Yeah.
So here we go. This was put out by Superverse, which is again a huge gaming platform. Was $1 billion token. Now it's sitting at about, I want to say 560 million.
600 million.
Yeah, 600 million. They put this out. The fastest growing gaming platform on Base is now part of the Superverse. Say hello to Mcade, where gamers, builders, and investors unite. With Super now in the mix, let's break it down.
So I want to add something in here too, Danny. So Russ, you know, me and Russ are pretty close. He entrusted me with this information. You know, I was kind of trying to shill and tease on Twitter a little bit, and nobody guessed it in the comments. I knew nobody would guess Super, but this is part one of the. There's more to announce.
Ooh.
Not as big as what the Super is, but there's more to announce.
Is this part of the? I know Thursday he said there's another announcement coming.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. So Thursday, pay attention. There's another announcement coming from Russ, and there's going to be an AMA that he's doing on the YouTube channel. That might be Friday.
That would be a good time for him to do after the announcements. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's still some more, a little more coming from Mcade.
They say here, Mcade's ecosystem is everything Web3 gaming needs. Gangs of Metacadia, their flagship PvP strategy game. AI tools built for gaming studios, tournaments powered by token-based prize pools. And all of these things have come together over the last, 6 months to a year. These didn't, when you and I started buying this, and a lot of people here started buying this, there was no Gangs of Metacadia. No. It wasn't part of the roadmap. They didn't have play-to-earn tournaments. They didn't have their AI tools, right, as part of their marketing program that they sell to all these gaming partnerships. So this is, a project that's been building relentlessly, and Russ has been building relentlessly and making connections. He was in Germany. He was in South Korea. And he's been nonstop.
Yeah, he never sleeps. Like, he's going to be flexible with the market. Like, they used to have the subscription base. I didn't know they went away from that until you had mentioned it, because they're always they're going to do what makes sense and try to be flexible with the market and be a winner. They're going to do whatever it takes fundamentally to try to be one of the top projects. Is that a guarantee that they'll go to $1 billion market cap? There's nothing. Like, there's things in this game that just don't make sense sometimes. No project is a guarantee, not financial advice, all that good stuff. But I can tell you that the Mcade team is doing every single thing that they can on a daily basis to make this a top tier gaming project. And also, you talk about gangs in Metacadia, put it out there. Join on me and Danny's referral link to be on the Neon Syndicate team. Me and Danny don't get any money if you join the Neon Syndicate team or anything like that. But if you want to support Web3 gaming, you want users, you want to give them good analytics, get out there and support Mcade. Join the link, play with the game. Play it on your phone. It's fun. Just it's there's worse things you can do than spend a few minutes to support Mcade. Help your bags out.
Yeah, I joined it. I'm playing it. We're winning. Neon Syndicate is destroying these other guys. But This is super exciting right here, is that starting November 14th, Gangs of Metacadia Series 2 launches with a $10,000 prize pool, including $5,000 in super. That's insane. A $10,000 prize pool. So to put that in perspective, the way the game works is it's a social strategy game where you play alongside your teammates. So join Neon Syndicate. Our referral links have been posted. I'll post them again later. But if you're part of our team and you win, then our team splits the earnings. All right. So that whole $10,000 will be split amongst our team. Right now, there are 23 people. You join by minting an NFT. You mint an insignia, a Neon Syndicate insignia. As more people join, though, the price goes up. So when I minted, I think it was like $35 to mint. And when it started, I think it was $10 to mint. So I got my son in there. He's 16 years old. Those kids know how to play these games, Ron.
Yeah. I'm not a gamer, but I want to support Mcade and all other Web3 gaming as well. I like Mcade a lot. Obviously, I'm an ambassador now, but I also like playable games for a living. All the OTKs, okay. All these Web3 games. If you want gaming to be big, to get out there and help these projects out with their analytics. Yeah. Play their game a little bit.
And it's changing the whole structure of games. And I've talked to a lot of gamers who talk about how, right now they milk you, right, with pay to play, right? So Fortnite is free to play, but you've got to constantly buy stuff and whatever in the game. Whereas we're shifting over to a time where you'll own your skins, you'll own your in-game assets. And those assets that become like OG nostalgic assets, like those season 1 Fortnite skins, right? If those were minted as NFTs, those would now be worth a lot of money. But you can't sell them individually. You have to sell your whole account. So we're seeing that happen with Off the Grid is pushing the space forward. Mcade is pushing the space forward. A $10,000 prize pool. I told my son it was $5,000 because I read it wrong. He's going to be really excited.
And my guy Seth Crypto, he put out a little thing on his stream about Mcade. He didn't love it. I like Seth Crypto a lot. He makes some good calls and stuff, but he was based off Mcade. He said that they didn't have good social interaction. That's crazy. When I don't get any more social interaction on my tweets with any more like Mcade. That's always been their community is crazy. I don't know what made him say that they didn't get.
He might be looking at numbers and comparing it to like Naka or the big guys like Superverse. But you have to understand that Metacade's like a $25 million market cap compared to Naka that's been here for 2 cycles now. And is at 200 million.
Yeah, he likes Naka, but he likes OTK a lot because he likes Solana, and he likes it because it's the main gaming project on Solana. But like I said, these other chains can bridge to Solana, and there's other better gaming projects. And OTK, I think OTK is fine. I like it pretty good. But yeah, and he said he didn't like the verbiage on some of their tweets and stuff like that. I don't know. I think it's fine. I think that Twitter does a good job. I think their graphics and their art and their games are all top, as good as I see anywhere else. Market cap's good. People sleep on the tokenomics of this project compared to other gaming projects that are just dumping tokens on the market every day, whether it's through node release or some kind of crazy vesting schedule like OTK. Look at their tokenomics in the white paper. I mean, you can decipher it if you get a calculator and sit there for a while, but it's not, and it doesn't mean these other gaming projects aren't good. It's just I prefer Mcade's tokenomics better than these other gaming projects.
Yeah, for sure. So let's see what else. Just want to make sure that I don't know if they put out anything else. $10,000 high stake strategy. Yes, there you go. Closing in on 10,000 wallets now for Mcade also. So another bullish development. I haven't seen any other project building like them. I want to see how the price reacted because I've been on stream here with you.
It's up 9% on the day.
There we go. Oh, 168. So they're looking good. Let me jump back into the chat a little bit. LBM, you talked about them last time. Is that right?
Yeah, I've mentioned them before. Mm-hmm. Yep, RWA project on base, small market cap. I have some.
Patiently waiting for alt season longer. The wait, the bigger the candles. You think that's the case with alt season? You think the longer the wait, the bigger the breakout?
It's Wyckoff's third law of markets. So, yeah. I mean, it doesn't mean it's a guarantee, but yeah, the
breakout's already big.
Yeah, we can look at total 3 here in a little bit. I was checking out Donald Trump's Secretary of Commerce pick. I saw Pixel put it in the chat, and he has a long record as a cryptocurrency proponent. So,
who did he pick?
Has chosen Cantor Fitzgerald, CTO Howard Lutnick, to be his Secretary of Commerce. So
he's pro crypto.
That's what it says.
Yeah, I mean, we're set up for a perfect storm of an alt season with the House and Senate all Republican. They can push through, crypto friendly regulation and legislation. You're going from, persecution and, enforcement by, what's it called? Regulation through enforcement to now the polar opposite. People who are pro crypto, understand the space, want to make the USA put USA at the forefront.
Yeah. Like every big crypto entity has been sued by the United States or the SEC. MetaMask. Look, I mean, there's so many names. I think all those just go away when Trump takes over and the new head of the SEC and stuff like that. I think all that's just going to go away. So that alone is a catalyst. Yeah, it's total 3 right here. I mean, you would think also be up a little more given how this chart looks, because that's the cycle high anyway. Let's see if we go to the left. Okay, but you see last cycle.
We're at all-time highs now.
Well, this is all-time high.
I mean for a total market cap, not total 3.
The total 3, so we're at a cycle high, broke out last week. So, given this, I would expect to see alts. But see, this is probably a lot of Solana and some things like that.
Big caps, yeah.
Yes, because they're Doge. So a lot of big caps.
XRP was printing too.
Yeah, XRP, which is odd.
It's because of Gensler.
So, I've always said it, I've said this on your stream recently. I said for a dinosaur coin, XRP is as good as you probably get, because they do have a footprint in the financial sector. If crypto gets some adoption in the financial sector, XRP, and they could even get an ETF. And they could be one of the next coins in line for ETF after Solana. So
and there's also talk of an IPO.
So I think there's worse. Like if you're gonna get a dinosaur coin, XRP is
better than Litecoin.
Better than Litecoin. Better than SHIB, which isn't really a dinosaur coin. I mean, last cycle. Better than Bitcoin, Satoshi's Vision. Yeah, definitely better than some of these other dinosaur coins.
But what I noticed is, when retail first starts to come in, they're buying things like XRP. My nephew bought it, and Sal from my local pizzeria, who works behind the register, and I talked to him about crypto. He bought XRP, and he told me it's going to $1,000.
Yeah,
I had to explain is that'll be a $70 trillion market cap, Sal.
yeah. I've had to explain that to some people about SHIB as well. They're like, if SHIB just hits a penny, I'm like, take out a calculator and see what the market cap of SHIB would be if it hits a penny. It's like $6 trillion. And there's no matter what development SHIB comes up with, there's no way they're going to have like 3 times the market cap of Apple. That's just not going to happen. Yeah. There's some other ones out there that people have some crazy projections on. Bitcoin, Satoshi's Vision. Go check out some people in their community's tweets. They're really out there. They believe
Mcade in here. I want to say what's up to Mcade. We're just talking about you guys in the super partnership. What else we got? Let me see. Ethan says he has his Mcade in a cold storage. What were you going to say?
If anybody wants to read more about the Secretary of Commerce pick, Cointelegraph has a article about it 2 hours ago. So that's crypto based. To see what they have to say about it.
Here's a question about bridging Mcade. I have Mcade in cold storage on ETH. Where should I bridge it to? Yeah, you have to bridge it to Base.
If you go to my Twitter page and read the replies, I actually replied to somebody today and put the link in the instructions on how to do that.
Can you bridge it from cold storage? You got to move it out of there.
Well, yeah, it's got to be connected to the internet, but you can bridge it easily off of ETH onto Base. It's very simple. It's very simple to do.
I haven't done it either.
Test amount first, though.
What's that?
Always do a test amount first, just to be safe.
Yeah. Here we go. Tet can pass. I absolutely think Tet can go past $100. Yeah, I think Tectum is one of those. First of all, it's in a sector. It's a layer 1, right? You know how big layer 1s can get. You've seen layer 1s without smart contracts go to $50 billion market caps. You saw Polkadot last cycle. What did that do? 40 billion. Not saying that it'll go there, but I think that it can. It's not out of the question to see Tectum in the billions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It got to, I think, 150 million at $45. I can see it getting into 5, 6, 7 billion. I can see $1,000 Tectum.
That would be aggressive, but I don't say it's out of the question because like Solana to go to $1,000 isn't even a slam dunk this cycle. So I do think Tectum to go to 1,000, it would need some major adoption, but I don't think it's out of the question either.
But 1,000 would be a $10 billion market cap.
Yeah, it's not out of the question.
It's not out of the question, right? So I don't say that it's likely, but I say that when you ask, is it possible that it can get past 100? I think it's possible that it can go a bit higher.
I expect it to go get past 100.
Yeah.
I mean, if the market cycle does what it should do, I expect Tectum to get past 100. Like this project law. It'd be cool, Danny, if you made one of those spreadsheets like you've done with some projects, like if it was at this market cap or what $100 Tectum would be and stuff like that. That'd be cool if we could do that sometime.
Yeah, I think I have it.
You do have one for Tectum? Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up. Just give me a second. If you want to talk about a project.
What project would I talk about? Look at my watch list. You guys, everybody knows I like AI tech. That it's an AI project that I think has some actual utility. I think AI is going to be big this cycle. Or AI for some reason they're having a decent day with everything else bleeding pretty bad. If you want a safe play, a larger cap, safer play, I like Caspa for that. I think that Caspa will end up having a pretty big market cycle. I don't think you're going to get no crazy 25 to 100x with Caspa, but I don't think you're going to lose with Caspa either. I think Caspa.
What's Caspa's market cap right now?
It's like 2.5 billion. I've had to throw it off the cuff. Injective's another one that I like. You see some of these trade windows on the chart, these things that I kind of like. So Injective is, it's in a second market cycle. Normally I like things in the first market cycle, but I think Injective can do well. Then obviously we know. So Say is another one. So going into this market cycle, I thought Say and Sui would be two really good projects. Like if you want higher caps, like blockchain and stuff like that. I thought Say would do better than Sui. I was wrong there, but at least I had Sui as number 2, and Sui has just been really strong. But I don't hate the way Say looks on chart either. I think that Say could still run up pretty nice. I still believe that Say is a pretty good pick.
All right, I found it. So I made this a while back. I need to update it. And I color coded it for like what I believe is within the realm of easily achievable if all things go right. And I say easily with a grain of salt because it's like crypto and worst case scenario is 0. Right. But Tectum. So Tectum at a $550 million market cap would put it at $75, right? $150 is a $1.1 billion market cap. So, I can easily see it being a $1 billion token. I can see it, eventually because it's, it's got the soft note. They just won some award for like best technology or whatever, best crypto technology. I think it was for their soft note, which makes using Bitcoin as a form of payment super fast and totally private, right? So it kind of like revolutionizes, and allows people to spend Bitcoin. But it's also a layer 1 blockchain that does 3.5 million transactions per second. So, I can easily see it getting to $1 billion. I think it can get to, this is in green because I think once you get, into this range, it's not as easy, but I think it's very possible to see a $375 TED, a $2.75 billion market cap. And if you look at, I'm trying to find the historical, I had the historical top 100. I don't have it open. But if you look at the coins that got to, a $2 billion market cap last cycle, there are projects that I think aren't as good as TED. $750 TED would be a $5 billion market cap. Again, I think a $5 billion market cap is achievable for a layer 1 that does what it does. I think Near got to 20 billion last cycle. So if their marketing is right, and if they gain like wider awareness in the space, because you don't need adoption, right? It's crypto. So it's all narrative. People are buying stories. And, Cardano went to a 50 billion, 70 billion, whatever market cap it did without smart contracts off the back of Charles Hoskinson. And Polkadot went to wherever they went with nothing being built on it. And their parachains came out at the end of last cycle. I don't even know what the hell a parachain is. Do you know? Right?
Pointing. I mean, yeah, I know what it is. It's stupid to explain. Who cares? I liked Polkadot last cycle a lot. It was one of my favorite projects because it was like a layer 0. It was supposed to help the interoperability between chains. And a lot of people say Gavin, I don't remember the name now, that he was the real brain behind ETH, and that was made in 6 weeks. And he'd been working on Polkadot for all these years and whatever. And it's supposed to be like whatever. But it's an inflationary token too. And yeah, all these old. That's what I'm saying. If you want to get a higher cap level layer 1, then you're definitely better in the Say, Sui, Tectum, Caspa. I mean, even with Tia, even what was the one I was about to say? I can't even remember. It slipped my mind now. But yeah, all those second cycle blockchains, I'm not big on them.
No, but it shows you, it gives you a precedent and something to look back at so you can see like where these things can go. And I don't think that Tectum will go to $40 billion market cap because it doesn't have that narrative of having, a builder of Ethereum. But it does have a narrative of scaling Bitcoin. It's got, revolutionary technology. It's got fastest blockchain narrative. So I can see it getting into the low billions.
Yeah.
And
to get on the right exchanges, that'd be big for it too.
correct. Yeah.
It needs to be easy to buy for normies and big people.
But, I do see Caspa getting up there. I know a lot of people who think that Caspa could be a top 5, top 10 coin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think Caspa is one of the safer plays out of a large cap. 4 billion. So I said I thought it was like 2.5. So it's 4 billion. So I mean, it's got some money in it already for sure.
And smart contracts went live not too long ago, right?
I keep up with so many projects. I want to say that either they went live recently or they're going to go live. But Caspa, I think the ecosystem has a lot of growth. We talked about it up here before. It's kind of slowed down right now. It's a little quiet out there. So we're going to come back to it when we think it's heating up again. But proof of work, project, not as many of those these days. So I like it. I mean, we'll look at Caspa on chart real quick.
Let me pull up yours.
So just a weekly here, Caspa. So like it ran up so much. Look at it's just this is the weekly. I mean, look at this thing. It went up so much that when it got up here and it's had this ranging period, this was a distribution. This is people taking profit. And that's good. It needed this. Let's see, how long was it? How long was this ranging period? So far, it's been a year, basically a year, more or less. I mean, it had some gains from here to up here, but it was in this pattern, this ascending triangle pattern, which ascending triangle and uptrend is normally a bullish pattern. But when you went up this high, I mean, like I said, keep in mind it's the weekly. It's a lot. That yeah,
that's a healthy chart though. It didn't get punished like the others.
Yeah, it's just nice, distribute, and it broke out to the downside of this descending triangle. But this would be this bar line up here. That's the measured move. Like if that were to play out, and I didn't see that. I didn't see it going down that far. It's probably double bottom here, and that's exactly what happened. And once it hit there, this low right here, I mean, big candle up. I don't think it's going back down there again. That's why I got this trade window on the chart. People were asking me for some potential leverage trades on higher swing trades on higher cap, higher time frames and stuff like that. And that's why I have some of these trade windows on some of these assets, Caspa, Injective, I think I got it up there as some decent plays to go up with good risk reward, 2.4 to 1. What I have up there on Caspa. 2 to 1. Anything 2 to 1 is good, especially when it's looking pretty strong, like some of these. And you think that the chance of going up here is more high than the chance of going down here, and yeah, so that's why. So I have some of those windows up there.
The thing about one of these, bigger market cap coins is that you can go in with size and be confident, that you're not going to get those, 100x from here. But you can go in with a little more size, knowing that you got a healthy 5 to 10x in here.
Yeah, the chance of it going to nothing or failing is a lot lower. I just want, and I'll talking about, I put some of those out. Just shield Telegram real quick because we're trying to get some new members in there for next year. We decided $250 for the whole year, and you can join now. We'll raise it probably into January. But there's a lot going on in there. It's not just calls. And that's one reason why we have it cheaper. Like a lot of people that offer what we do, they have that per a month or more. Yeah. And it's because we use the community as a team to do things. And we could use some more people in there to do some of these plays. A lot goes on in there. Certainly not just calls. Matter of fact, going into next year, I'm not even really putting out a whole lot of gem finding and stuff like that. I think the time for that is kind of come and gone. Like people talk about, Mcade came out later in the cycle and hit some kind of 100x or something like that. But that's the outlier. That's that's not the norm. You know, I think the market has shown its hand, and we know who the winners are, and just keep adding to the winners. You know, don't make it any more complicated than it has to be. And it's time in the market to do other things, and that's what we're going to focus on going into next year. So if you want to join Telegram, hit me up, hit Danny up, hit my homie Big Walls up. Any of us will help you out. We're going to have a website. One of the devs, he's making a website where you can just join and deposit crypto and join that way. So I don't know when that would probably be a little while in the next, probably at least next year till we have that up. But yeah, that'll be coming.
Yeah, there's a ton of alpha in there. There's a great community of people in there and a lot of opportunities. And it's going to be, equally important when we get towards the end of next year to talk about exit strategies and understanding when we're getting a little toppy in the market and how to protect yourself. Because it's not only about making wealth, it's about protecting your wealth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we put a lot of stuff out there. It's not just, there's a lot of ways to make money and different things to do that we put out in there.
Yeah. Nachos and Kango. I'm assuming these are meme coins in the Caspi ecosystem.
Kango is the one that Big Walls hit the it was 120x. Now it's even more than that. I think maybe like a 500x that he hit on.
Come on.
$500 he had. Well, I said 120, way more than that. It was off $500. It was worth 120K is what he had unrealized. With the Caspi ecosystem, I explained it up here before. You got to have like a buyer for the sale. It's not a liquidity pool, but you can still take a lot of profit off that. You know, if you got 120 unrealized, you can still get a good chunk off of that.
Mask. Want to talk about Mask?
Yeah, I'll talk about Mask real quick because some people ask me about it still. You know, Mask has done what the rest of the market has done from the highs it was at earlier in the year. 80, 90%. That's why most things are down. So Mask has trended with the market. The team's building a lot right now. I think they bridged the base. They're on some other dexes. You know, if you want to diversify by sector like I do, privacy is still a narrative in crypto. Mask is definitely my main privacy play. I don't even really have too many privacy plays. But Mask, if you want to talk about utility, Mask is one of the few projects that actually has actual utility. Like they really do have a utility and provide a service. And especially in these days of censorship with governments and stuff like that. Like when the stuff was going on in Brazil, you know, I know some people from Brazil, they had started using Mask to get on Twitter because they were talking about that you get fined however much for a VPN. So yeah, there you go. Use Mask. Some people would hit me up about Polymarket that they were having some VPN trouble. I was like, use Mask. You know, so it has real world utility for the token. The tokenomics are great. It's all like 95% circulating supply. It's a real team. They're always trying to do development and do better things. So, you know, everything that you can look at for a project, you know, Mask checks a lot of boxes. You know, it's not in the AI gaming sector, but privacy is still a big sector in crypto. So yeah, I still like Mask. I hold everything I have. I'm not really buying more. That's with a lot of things though that I have big bags of already that I don't continue to add to them and, you know, do other things with my money. But yeah, I got a big bag of Mask and I still believe in it.
Yeah. Pixel said KRC20's launched at end of June. Nice. Mcade about to have a strong daily close. Here's another.
So the daily close already happened. So Mcade's up 6% in the last 12 minutes.
Oh, wow.
So what would be nice, maybe see Mcade, you know, something like a little cup and handle pattern. And then that could spring it up. That wouldn't be the worst thing to see.
Yeah, we're getting close to 2 cents. Yeah, to answer Harish's question, I love the partnership. This is a blue chip gaming project that they're partnering with. Again, super topped, I think at least $1 billion, $1.5 billion in market cap. LEO Trades founded it. So now you've got a connection to LEO Trades. The one thing I said about Mcade was that they needed token awareness and branding and branding awareness. And they've gone so hard on marketing, you know, bringing on, you know, forget me and Ron, because we've always talked about Mcade, but they partnered with all these other guys as ambassadors to amplify, what they're doing. And now to get Elio Trades, in with them and partnering with him, him and Alex Becker are the two biggest names in, crypto gaming influence. So, yeah, I like it a lot. How's Chuck doing? Chuck's holding up a higher low right now. We're doing really well on Chuck. We had
a Chuck on Soul just came out. It's like a woodchuck.
Oh,
you see my screen?
Yeah.
Let's look at it. It's on Solana. Yeah, I mean, it just came out one day. Yeah, but you know what? Liquidity is locked. I don't know. Might be worth a little degen. Throw a little something on it. But the Chuck that we're asking about, yeah, made just the weekly, made a close above candles on the weekly to the left, so that's a good sign. So if it comes down here and makes a new range, that's good. We would like to see continuation. Some guy on Saturday was dumping Chuck like 4K at a time. He was just a meme coin trader. I looked at his wallet, but if he hadn't done that, then we probably would have closed up here. That would have been nice. Daily, had a bad day today, but what didn't have a bad day today? And if ETH goes down 3%, Chuck is going to go down at least that, because that's what the liquidity pool is and what it's valued. And so like, this is something to put out. So it's like, sometimes people like, I saw some buys happen on the chart and then the candle went red, or vice versa. I saw some sells and the candle went green. What's that about? It was because this chart is priced in USD, but it's paired with ETH. So if the value of ETH goes up or down, that's going to affect the price of it as this chart displays it. Like if you had just a straight, Chuck to ETH chart, which I know it says that up here, but it's still priced in dollars. So over here on the side. But if you saw a Chuck to ETH chart, it would reflect that even more.
Yeah,
if that makes sense. So it's the price of ETH that can move it. If you see a few buys come in, the candle goes red, or vice versa, it's because the price of ETH has probably moved.
Yeah. We got Kari in the house. What's good, buddy? Mass Network is here. We're weeks away from releases for both browser and extension. So these guys have been building for the last, for a long time, but in the last 8 months when this market's been down, these guys have been head down building Mass Network. So still a good play ahead of alt season.
Yeah, like I said, he's building. I know Kari well. I know he's been real busy lately trying to do everything he can for the project and build out and do things to help him out fundamentally. And
Kari's in the group. He's in the TG, so he drops good alpha in there about other things.
Yeah, he's got his own channel in there.
Got his own channel. Becker's dropping a meme coin soon. I didn't hear that. Fair launch. I didn't hear that.
I didn't either. I watch Becker every now and then if I run out of other people to watch on YouTube. But he's not one of the people that I like, oh, here's a Becker video, I got to watch it.
No, he's more of like an entertainer.
Yeah. I mean, I think, he pumps things for sure. But like every day I watch Ivan on Tech and Altcoin Daily. Altcoin Daily just has some good news. It's a good compound.
Yeah.
It was only like 10 minutes. Normally you get a good, if there's any big news stories, they'll cover them pretty good.
Who else do you like in terms of YouTube?
Wendy O. I normally watch Wendy O every day. I just like Wendy O. I think she's cool, and I watch her stream most days. I like Money CZ. He's especially good. He's got a lot of tutorials. So if you're newer or you just like want to some tutorial videos, he's definitely good for that. But he's good for like the big picture stuff, like how banks print money and devalue currency and how that affects Bitcoin, and some of these concepts that people get confused by or don't really have a good understanding. And then they see these tweets from these Forex guys talking about Bitcoin's going to zero. He explains that stuff real good. So Money CZ is another one.
Danny, you like what's that?
Danny the Bull. He's one of my favorites.
Of course, brother. Love Danny the Bull. I like what's his name too? Horseface guy.
Jordan Cameron. Yeah. Jordan Cameron is great. I love Jordan Cameron. I love watching his stream at night.
Although I don't know if you saw recently, he said that he didn't think there'd be an alt season. I think
he's kind of said, I think he's kind of in the belief that like BTC is sucking up a lot of liquidity and that the alts are a little oversaturated and everything like that. So, yeah. Well, he's looking at something also. Last time I seen USDT dominance on some kind of trend line. That if that's marked certain highs in the market, and that if it springs up from there, that then the USD dominance goes up, then that means it's going out of coins. But it's also stayed at those kinds of levels for like long periods of time too on that trend line, and it's not a tradable chart. So, that trend line. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't mean anything when you have a trend line for that long that is held up. There's something to it, but also it doesn't mean it has to. I'm not saying it'd be different this time, but there's also periods where it stayed there for months, like dancing on that trend line. So,
yeah. Tony Smith always talking about Jasmine over here. I don't know anything about Jasmine.
I'm gonna look up Jasmine just so next time that I'm on the stream, I'll be more educated and I can talk about it.
Yeah. All righty, man. So, yeah, we've been on for a good hour and 20. I think that's good. It's good here to wrap it up. I want to thank everyone for coming through. These streams are going to get fun when those charts are green, man. When Bitcoin's at 93 and everything else is red. But these streams are going to get a lot of fun when all these coins are printing, and it's going to be soon.
Yep.
Ron, thanks for coming on, brother. Any last words?
Yeah, thanks for having me. Nah, man, just appreciate having me and stuff like that. And pretty much said it all during this hour we rambled on. Thanks for everybody for tuning in.
Yeah, and check out the TG if you want to join. It's great value. Someone will buy it for you for Christmas.
There you
See
go.
you guys.
Later.
Peace.